It's time now for the Peter Chill 11 o'clock news for this Sunday night, May 10th, 2015. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins out, your 11 o'clock news and on zero on this Sunday night here. And our top story at 11 o'clock here on the Sunday night is in Jackson, Mississippi, where a man and woman in Mississippi were arrested and charged with a murder on Sunday after two police officers were shot dead a day earlier while conducting a routine traffic stop in Hattiesburg, officials said. While a bunch of other Republicans have jumped to the 2016 presidential race, Jeb Bush has been in this time raising a ton of money and working to appeal to the GOP constituencies and navigating nervousness about a Bush dynasty. Saudi Arabia's King Salman will not attend the Cape David summit of U.S. and allied Arab leaders, as Foreign Ministry El Jubir said on Sunday. In Shanghai, Chinese stocks edged lower in an early Monday trade as an interest rate cut by the central bank failed to impress investors. In Rabat, a Moroccan F-16 warplane taking part in the Saudi Arabian-led coalition fighting in Yemen went missing on Sunday, the Moroccan Royal Armed Forces said in a statement. At least 22 people are dead and dozens injured after police in Macedonia conducted a raid on Saturday against a terrorist group made up of ethnic Albanians in the northern town of Kosovo. In Warsaw, Poland, nationalist opposition candidate Andrzej Duda made a surprising strong showing on Sunday in the first round of Poland's presidential election, apparently forcing a runoff with incumbent Bronislaw Komorowski, who faced it tough. Buchanan, New York, the owners of Indian Point are planning to clean up several thousand gallons of oil that potentially spilled into the Hudson River after a Saturday night transformer explosion and fire. Sentence was first bid for the Sunday night stay for Bernie Sanders' message has remained the same. Total much of America's wealth has gone to the top. In Madison, Wisconsin, a county prosecutor will announce on Tuesday whether a Madison, Wisconsin police officer will face charges of the fatal shooting of a 19-year-old man whose death was such a protest in the state capitol. The three most recent entrants in the contest of the 2016 GOP nomination found themselves on the defensive Sunday as they made the round of talk shows. The heavyset 6-year-old man, Tony Rodman, will walk with a cane and simulate an unlikely speaker at a glamorous launch party for a cause. Minutes coming held in Santa Monica, California, as Tony Rodman invites scrutiny for Hillary and Bill Clinton. Now U.S. unemployment remained at 5.4% for April on a seasonally adjusted basis. American at the lowest level in 7 years. That jumps added during April were lower than analyst expectations. Still, the indicators are strong at the straight of the U.S. Greek politicians have said they are hopeful that Eurozone ministers will recognize the fiscal progress the country has made. Eurozone finance ministers are meeting in Brussels on Monday to continue negotiations on a deal to release a portion of billions. Avengers: Age of Ultron easily dominated box office this weekend. Fight the superhero sequel lost more steam than its second week than its predecessor. London, Britain's GlaxoSmithKline, which is out last week, retained rather than foot of its HIV drugs business, is clubbing the U.S. Liberia, one of the countries hardest hit by the deadly Ebola outbreak, has been declared Ebola-free by the World Health Organization. Peter Chill News time, 11:03, and it is time off for Trevor Report here. Both 79 ways, Bob Ways, New England there. And we got an accident up on Route 485 up in April, near Route 125, so I expect a few delays here, but otherwise, you're smooth sailing on this late Sunday night there. And take a look at our traffic situation here on the MBTA Frank Line, train 2717-920 p.m. from South Station. Delayed 15-20 minutes today due to a mechanical problem here. But the subways on the other lines are looking good. On the subway, commuter rail, and the ferries here. Peter Chill News on 11:04. Time now for a weather report here. Our current conditions here in North Massachusetts at 11 o'clock here on this late Sunday night. 66 degrees on temperature, first class, humidity 9%, wind speed southwest about 6 miles per hour, barometer 3.12 inches, 2.5. 63 degrees and visibly at 10 miles per hour. As is a sticky nut on tap tonight. As take a look at our current conditions around the region here. It is 75 in Boston, 77 in Fitchburg and Bedford. It is 78 out in Beverly, 80 in Gloucester. It's 72 in Worcester, 73 in Sturbridge. It's 72 in Webster, 75 in Milford and Norwood, it's 68 in Taunton, 64 in New Bedford, it's 72 in Plymouth. But look at this: 57 in Provincetown, 59 in Chatham, 56 in Cape Cod Bay, 60 in Boston Harbor. It is 61 in Falmouth, Martha's Vineyard, 55 in Nantucket. It is 55 degrees out of Block On. It's 62 in Wesley, 70 in Smithfield. It's 65 in New York City, 67 in Islip, 64 in Montauk, 60 in Long Island Sound. It's 66 in New Haven. It's 71 in Denver, 68 in Waterbury and Meriden. It's 72 in Hartford. It's 33 in Woodlock, 75 in Springfield. It's 77 in Greenfield, 72 in Albany, 75 in Pittsfield, 70 in Northampton. It's 73 out in Albany, New York. It is 68 in Glens Falls, New York. It's 67 in Bennington, 66 in Rutland, 65 in Bradford, Vermont. It's 61 in Lebanon, New Hampshire. It's 70 in Keene, Hampshire, 74 in Devon, Hampshire, 66 in La Corner, Hampshire, 71 in Concord, Hampshire, 75 in Manchester, New Hampshire, and 80 up in Nashville, New Hampshire, and 78 in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and 69 degrees up in Portland, Maine. There. Okay, let us take a look at our service map around the country here, and it shows cold front searching from North Central California, north of the San Francisco Bay Area, merging with pink front from western Nevada, north of southeastern Oregon, merging with warm front from northeast central Oregon, up in the south central Washington State. State front east central British Columbia, merging with a cold front from southern Alberta, and with a state front from southern Saskatchewan, up in the Manitoba area, and another state front from the inland Pacific Northwest, merging with a cold front from northeast Utah, down through the Four Quarter region and up to western Texas. Up in eastern Oklahoma, up in Kansas and Nebraska, merging with a pink front from northwestern Iowa, down from southeastern South Dakota, merging with a 4x through the Dakotas here, and a 4x from east central Idaho, down from northwestern Wyoming, and a 4x from southeastern Minnesota, up in the northeastern tip of Minnesota, up in the southwestern tip of southwestern Oregon, Ontario here. Warp front from southern Iowa, stretching down for central Illinois, down for Northern Indiana, but state front from Ohio, straight to the New York State, up into Northern New England, and up into Nova Scotia, and a 4x from western Maine, down for New England coastline here, and a warm 4x front line from eastern Missouri, from St. Louis, down through the western Tennessee, and after northwestern Mississippi here, and a 4x from southeastern Nevada, down for Arizona, 4x from eastern Idaho, down for northwestern Wyoming, and 4x from north central Texas, and Maine for the northeastern Mexico. And we got high pressure in northeastern Wyoming and northeastern Ontario. We got low pressure in east central Oregon, south central Idaho, and up in southeastern Alberta, and then for the north central portions of Arizona, and up in the northeastern portion of Mexico, and northeastern Nebraska, and northeastern portion of Mexico, and western portions of Ohio, and down through northern New England, and up off the New Brunswick coastline here. And we got a ridge of high pressure from western Georgia, the name for the Gulf of Mexico here. 61 degrees, that temperature right now in Detroit. It is 70 out of Pittsburgh and Washington, D.C., 81 in Atlanta, Georgia, it's 82 in Miami, Florida, it's 82 in Brownsville, Texas, 72 in Dallas, Texas, 68 in Kansas City, 61 in Omaha, Nebraska, 49 in Chicago, 57 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, Great Falls, Montana, it's 65 in Seattle, 58 in San Francisco, 61 in Los Angeles, it's 80 degrees in Las Vegas, it's 85 in Phoenix, it's 59 in Salt Lake City, 39 in Denver, and 68 degrees out in Albuquerque, New Mexico here. Okay, let us take a look at radar situation around the region. It shows some spotty rain showers here around Portland, Maine, and stretching up into Falmouth and up the main turnpike from Portland up into Gray and up into Newcastle and up through Naples, Raymond, Casco, and up into Poland, and rain around east of Lewiston, Maine here. And a lot of rain showers from Georgetown, stretching out Southport, down from Brown Pond, and then up into Cushion and up into Rockland, Maine here. But off the main coastline, yellows and oranges, and marked heavy bands of rain showers and storms off the main coastline here. And another line of rain showers and storms around Belfast and west of Acadia Park and east of Acadia Park up in Maine here. Zooming you out, it shows spotty rain showers east of I-95 in east central Maine here, and a line of rain showers off the southeastern Maine and stretching it up in the northwestern and the north central portions of Nova Scotia and the northeast southeastern portions of New Brunswick here. And a line of rain showers around off the eastern coast of Nova Scotia and southeastern corner of Nova Scotia here. And up in Vermont here, we're seeing a lot of showers and storms south of Burlington and up down Route 7 and northeastern Rutland and a line of showers and storms from I-879 for Saratoga Springs and west of the Albany, Schenectady, and stretching in the Dane south of the Thruway and stretching down for east of Olean, New York State here. And a little line of rain, showers, and storms southeast of Albany and down through around the Berkshires here. As expecting this line of showers and storms to hit the capital district in the next hour or two here. Zooming out, and it shows a line of rain showers from western Quebec and then up in the northeastern and north central portion of Ontario, and a line of rain showers from eastern Michigan and up to Toledo, Ohio here, and a line of showers and storms of Anna around eastern North Carolina, and some spotty rain showers in eastern and western portions of South Carolina and east central portion of Georgia here, and a line of showers and storms from eastern and northeastern portions of Texas and stretching on eastern Oklahoma down for western Arkansas, down for southwestern portions of Missouri, and down for southeastern portions of Missouri, and a line of rain showers from western Tennessee, Kentucky, and a line of showers and storms from western Kentucky, and down for some of the western portions of Indiana, and up in Illinois, down for western portions of Wisconsin, and out and up in Minnesota, and a line of showers and storms from central Iowa near Des Moines, and another line of showers and storms from southeastern portions of Missouri, and a line of showers and storms from southwestern portions of Missouri, down for eastern Oklahoma, down for Arkansas, down for northeastern and eastern portions of Texas here, which means a lot of lightning and rain and heavy rain and some spotty rain showers in southeastern portions of Colorado and in the northeastern portions of New Mexico, and a line of snow showers in the south central portions of Colorado and on for western Colorado Rockies here, and spotty rain and sleet in southeastern Utah and up in the northwestern portions of Colorado, and a lot of rain showers around the Dakota with some snow and sleet in west central and west of Rapid City, South Dakota here, and spotty rain, snow showers around central portions of Wyoming here, and a line of rain showers in the north central portions of California and up in south central portions of Oregon and up in the west central portion of Oregon, and some spotty rain showers in west central Washington State, down for southwestern portions of British Columbia, and some spotty rain showers in the southeastern portion of British Columbia, and down for southern Alberta, down for southern Saskatchewan, and the north central and the northwestern portions of Montana here. And zooming you out here, and a look at the radar situation around the country here. And it shows a line of clouds coming to much of northern New England and down east of the Canadian Rockies and stretching west down for Canada and stretching down for the Great Lakes and down through the Plains States and the northeastern portion of Texas here. And a line of clouds coming from northern Minnesota and the Dakotas and swirling down through eastern Montana down through Colorado here. And a line of clouds from northern California, Nevada, and western Idaho stretching up to Oregon, Washington State, and up to British Columbia here. And a line of clouds covering much of eastern and west central portions of Mexico. And this is Anna in eastern Carolina there. And the latest on Tropical Storm Anna, as this is a final advisory on Anna. It is a tropical depression now, 30 miles per hour, minimum set pressure 1,010 millibars, and looking up 35.1 in the north, 78.2 to the west, and movement northeast by 8 miles an hour here. And a look at the forecast discussion around the region here. Expect another very warm day on Monday. One big exception will be in northeast Massachusetts, where a backdoor front will keep it much cooler. The weather will pass southeast of New England Tuesday morning, as a cold front will sweep across southern New England on Tuesday afternoon and evening. The features will bring showers and scattered thunderstorms from Tuesday. High pressure builds over the eastern United States with drier weather. The remainder of the weekend, the approaching warm front will bring showers next weekend here. Cluster showers at the bed of the will continue to track to our north. This is a result of upper level gradient. Northern and southern New England with a better force across the northern New England land. So basically expected dry night, other than perhaps a brief spot. Shower to the north of the Massachusetts and areas of dense fog have once again develop along the south coast of Cape and Islands, and given the southwest winds at the surface, the northwest extent of these dense fog will be limited, so do not plan to extend the advisory further north. We do expect low clouds to advance further northwest, but our coverage on the real coverage and set is a bit uncertain. Low temperatures will be milder than what it candidates suggest, given 60 plus reports at decoupling for the winds for the most lowest but much of the region, probably only in the middle 60s, but cooler to the south coast, Cape and Islands, with marine influence and perhaps a few areas of the northwestern Massachusetts. Here. And take a look at our weather notes here. Today's high in Boston, 89 degrees. Low at 59. Normal, high for Boston on May 10th, 64 degrees. And normal low, 48 degrees. And expected the best chance of showers and storms in the overnight hours, parts of Vermont and New Hampshire. And expect the same tomorrow. And the best chance will be up in northern New England there. And dense fog bars until 9 a.m. for Cape and Islands of Massachusetts, south coast of Massachusetts, and southern Rhode Island. Expect visibly up to a quarter mile an hour here. And tomorrow's highs. Another toasty day for right here. We're expecting temperatures in the 80s for interior southern New England and straight to the central and western portions of Massachusetts, up in the northern Rhode Island, up in the northern Connecticut here. We're to see temperatures in the 80s right here. We'll see temperatures in the 70s from New York City, stretching up to 7 Connecticut here, and down for 7 Rhode Island, up in southeastern Massachusetts, up in Boston, and up in northeastern Massachusetts. And seeing temperatures up in the 60s, up in New Hampshire, and up in the 50s up in Maine. So expecting 57 in Portland, Maine, 65 for Concord, New Hampshire, and 77 in Rutland, Vermont, 82 for Albany, New York. It's 81 for Worcester, 72 in Boston, 84 for Hartford, and 79 in New York City here. As this is the cold backdoor cold front that's keeping temperatures cooler up in northeastern Massachusetts here. Okay, let us take a look at the forecast here. Here's our 7-day forecast. It goes like this. Overnight, here's your forecast at 3 a.m. was. Most skies got low about 60 degrees at southwest wind about 5 to 9 miles per hour. Monday, slight chance of showers after noon. Here's the fog before 8 a.m. was. Mostly skies got high about 82 degrees at southwest wind about 5 to 7 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation 20%. Monday night, chance of showers may after midnight. Here's the fog after 2 a.m. was. Clouds got low about 59 degrees south wind about 5 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation 30%. New precipitation amount to less than 7 inches possible. For Tuesday, chance of showers and thunderstorms may after 5 p.m. Here's the fog before 8 a.m. west. Mostly clouds got about 81 degrees in southwest wind about 5 to 9 miles per gust size, 23 miles per chance of precipitation 30%, and new rainfall amount to less than 7 inches except amounts possible thunderstorms. So that a chance of showers and thunderstorms, but mainly before 10 p.m. Forecast got low at 50 degrees at southwest wind about 7 to 9 miles per coming west after midnight. Chance of precipitation 30%. Wednesday, both sides of the forecast got about 68, low about 42 degrees. Thursday, side of the both clear skies about 65, low about 42 degrees. Friday, side of the forecast skies about 71, low about 47 degrees. And for Saturday, part side skies are about 70 degrees. Saturday, a chance of showers, most skies got low about 51 degrees, and for chance of precipitation 30%. And for Sundays, part side skies are about 70 degrees. Here's weather phrase of the night. A slight chance of shower and another warm one in store. Peter Cheldusam, 11:19 here, and time for Sunday Night Sports Roundup here. And started off up in Toronto, where the Boston Red Sox are looking to, after being outscored by the Blue Jays in the first 2 games of the 3-game weekend series by a count of 14-1. The Red Sox looking to bounce back as they try to salvage the final game of the 3-game weekend series with the Toronto Blue Jays here, and on this Mother's Day up in Toronto here, and The Boston Red Sox get out of the gates fast at the top of the first. Out of Dustin Pedroia. Grab that shortstop Brian Goins to the first baseman that scores Mookie Betts, and that's 1-0 in favor of the Red Sox. And then Mike Neply almost on a fly ball to center field. Third home receiver Neply that scores Neply, Ramirez, and Purple center ball to make it 4-0 in favor of the Boston Red Sox in the top of the first. And then bottom fourth, Chris Caballero singles on a line drive to center field of Mookie Betts that scores Aaron Castillon to make it 4-1 Red Sox in the fourth inning. And then in the top of the fifth, Purple center ball homers on a fly ball to right center field. And that scores Purple center ball, and Helen Ramirez make it 6-1 in favor of the Red Sox. And then Josh Donaldson doubles on a line drive to center field of Mookie Betts, and Devon Travis scores. That makes it 6-2 Red Sox through 5. And then bottom of the seventh, Devon Travis grounds out to shortstop center guard to spaceman Mike Napoli that scores Josh Story to make it 6-3 in favor of the Red Sox as the Boston Red Sox escaped the rooms of the Blue Jays by defeating them in the final game of the series this weekend with a 6-3 victory this afternoon as Clay Buchholz got the win to go to 2-4 in the season, while R.A. Dickey got lost, falling 1-4, and Koji Yar netted his 6th save of the season as the Boston Red Sox will be out on the West Coast, starting in Oakland as the Boston Red Sox take on the Oakland Athletics for a 3-game series with Brooke Preston on the mound for the Red Sox, while Scott Kazmir on the mound for the Oakland Athletics. Game time 10:05 p.m., which is 7:05 p.m. their time over there. So a late night in town. All right. Other scoreless around in Major Leagues in the bottom of the ninth for the rain delay in Detroit. Tigers and the Kansas City Royals tied at 1-1 apiece. New York Yankees over the Baltimore Orioles 6-2. Cleveland Indians over the Minnesota Twins 8-2. Texas Rangers edged out the Tampa Bay Rays 2-1. Washington Nationals over the Atlanta Braves 5-4. New York Mets over the Philadelphia Phillies 7-4. Pittsburgh Pirates over the St. Louis Cardinals 4-3. Milwaukee Brewers over the Chicago Cubs in the final 11 innings 3-2. Chicago White Sox over the Cincinnati Reds 4-3. Los Angeles Angels over the Houston Astros 3-1. San Francisco Giants over the Miami Marlins 3-2. Colorado Rockies over the losing the Los Angeles Dodgers 9-5. Seattle Mariners over the Oakland Athletics 4-3. And Arizona Diamondbacks over the San Diego Padres 2-1. How about them Red Sox? Okay, look at the playoff NHL playoff scores today, and the New York Rangers forced a 7th game in their series of the Washington Capitals with a 4-3 victory over the Washington Capitals as the game 7 will be at Madison Square Garden. And with 14-19 left in the second period, and Ducks and the Calgary Flames tied at 1-1 apiece here with 14-19 left in the second period here. And NBA scores here. LeBron James hits a jump shot at the buzzer as the Cleveland Cavaliers tied the series of the Eastern Conference semifinals with the Chicago Bulls with an 86-84 victory in Chicago. Wow. With 2:22 left in the fourth quarter, a complete domination by the Los Angeles Clippers over the Houston Rockets as the Clippers lead the Houston Rockets 121-89. As DeAndre Jordan so far has got 26 points and 17 rebounds for the Clippers. Taking a look at MLS soccer scores. Houston Dynamo over the Toronto 2-1, and a Battle of New York Red Bull of New York City Football Club 2-1. Okay, in sports news here on this Sunday night here in Ponte Verde Beach, Florida. If we wanted to know the rise and fall and rise again of Ricky Fowler, how we managed to expect becoming golf's next big thing, how we handled a win at an early age, and failed to immediately back it up as Ricky Fowler at last allowed Jim to win the Players' Championship. In Washington, Braden Holtby lay stretched in his stomach in a crease and stayed there for a moment, looking back on his shoulder as Chris Carter let out a travel scream and races teammate Sunday night. In Madrid, Andy Murray defeated Rafael Nadal on clay for the first time Sunday, dominated Madrid Open and final to win 6-3, 6-2 against the 4-time champion All season long, however, Steve Kerr would typically reflect on the Golden State Warriors' latest tournament. A hypothetical question would often be asked that dared to depth the mood during the pre-season party. Ex-Illinois offensive lineman Simon Sejedovic slashed out Sunday against his former program and coach alleged mistreatment after sustained football-related injuries in 2013 and 2014. In Cincinnati, following a 3-day wiki mini-cap that included the team's newest draft picks, 11 undrafted free signers and 19 unsigned draft participants, the Cincinnati Bengals decided to add 3 new members of the team. In Anaheim, the New England Patriot fans around Boston and Rand region stand by Tom Brady as he awaits his punishment by Roger Goodell. And speaking of Deflategate in Davie, Florida, Don Shula, legendary Miami Dolphin head coach, says he's proud of his legacy with the Miami Dolphins because they never deflated balls. The jab at Tom Brady and the New England Patriots regarding their Deflategate scandal came in a news conference to unveil plans for the 50th anniversary of the Miami Dolphins. For the 7th straight season, Missouri softball will host an NCAA Divisional I softball regional tournament. In Baltimore, soon after Candy Thomas moved to the Ross, one block from Pimlico Race Course a few weeks ago. Neighbor asked if she was ready for the Preakness Day weekend as a Baltimore neighbor wearing still healing prepares for the Preakness Day. In Washington, Bryce Harper, it seems, was provoked response that spans sports, emotional spectrum from adoration outside expectations to awe accompanied by visceral dislike. In Toronto, Boston Red Sox manager John Farrell spoke very carefully on Sunday when asked if any changes were planned for the station. As Farrell said, not at the present moment, and 4 days. And that's going to be it for the Peter Joe 11 o'clock news on Sunday Night Sports Roundup by the Sunday night, May 10th, 2015. Peter said, have a good night. For a good party, I'll be looking for you tomorrow morning with a morning report. Good night, see you tomorrow morning.